Hey, good morning, good people. How are you all doing? Today, I am very excited. This episode, I'm going to show a little bit more emotion. Perhaps it will drag for a little bit long, but this is a perfume I was very excited about, and I'm gonna tell you my initial impression on this fragrance because many of you asked me to. This fragrance doesn't have so many reviews, and so far, what I saw, not many people have it in their hands. This is sort of like a brand new release or flanker from the house of Carolina Herrera, and I love the name Carolina. Carolina, it's such a beautiful name, like Maria. It's just so much passion. It's like tango. Like what you do. Like I'm sorry, spoke up a while ago. I was not feeling all that well, but now I'm like feeling it. I'm feeling the vibe. So thing is, today we're going to show you Insignia in initial impression, because of course I'm not owning it for a very long time, but whatever I got so far, I'll let you know my initial impression later on. After a while, I'll do a full-on review. So this fragrance basically comes from the ever so popular CH Man. It's an infamous bad boy sort of fragrance, kind of like this fragrance was hyped up by one reviewer. After that, it was Jeremy who hyped it up, and of course I got it. Like you can see this bottle, I got the vintage version, and there are a lot of flankers of this. Some of the flankers I found were redundant. I had the Grand Tour version, that was nice, but on most part, this all the most of flankers smell like this, little bit deviation here and there. Okay, Central Park, Africa, they have few, right? The flankers. So basically, CH-Man line, this is basically Emily Copperman and Carolina Herrera. I like the combination of both these ladies. I love the brand itself, and I love Emily Copperman. Like she created this beautiful sugary sugar cane sort of a sweet fragrance with a touch of leather, masculine, sexy. This fragrance doesn't last on me all that much, even though it's a vintage formulation. I do not mind. So I'm showing you this because this is the originator of the whole CH Man line. So I'll show you along the way some of the fragrance that I own from CH line, and I'll talk about this. So thing is, there's a new version of called King. I saw the bottle. I think it's not gonna be that. It's just a gourmandish version, but I'm not interested in that. This one, however, different story. I believe this is one of the best from this house, from this line, and from the flanker. And I don't think this one should be in the flankers. I'll let you know. So let me show you the presentation, the price, then I'll talk about the smell. This box comes, it looks almost like CH Men previous box, but a little bit different. Okay, so this fragrance called CH Men limited edition, and it's called Insignia. It's not mentioned. That's the thing. Like I did not even know the name is Insignia. I just got it thanks to USB page. Ifran Bhai just brought it, and I just saw two bottles, and it's super expensive. By the way, it's $100 plus for this limited edition. It's very rare to find, and it's gonna be not in the market for a very long time. So it has this golden and black combination, and it's called Insignia. Only comes in 100 ml and also has a female counterpart. I'm just interested in the men's one. So here you go. EDT concentration 100 ml. That's the box. Looks nice. And at the back, the I signifies the Insignia. Up there, CHHC Carolina Herrera. And at the bottom, you're gonna find the batch code right here. That's basically the box. The bottle here, absolutely emperor. It still has the same bottle as the Carolina Herrera. It has that suede leather sort of body to it, like the wrapping to it with the stitching and everything. But they put this beautiful eye and this metal plate all around the bottle that gives it sort of like a transformer look. I love this. The black gold combo, it signifies liquid gold. It's supposed to be oud based Middle Eastern inspired fragrance, just like many other companies did, like John Vervatos, Versace, Hugo Boss. They all have Gucci, they have their version of oud. So this is their supposed to be the version of the Middle Eastern release. But I'll let you know what I think about it in terms of smell. So first of all, just take a moment to appreciate the bottle. It has the golden cap. Beautiful little bottle here. Look at that atomizer. I'm gonna spray this on my hand. This is how that looks at the bottom, and I'll let you know my thoughts on it. Sprayer is great, great sprayer. Perhaps shouldn't have done two sprays because this stuff is potent. It's really, really potent. So this fragrance, what this is, I saw few reviews of it, but I did not see anything from major reviewers, and it's the recent release, 2018, and everybody's looking forward to it. And God, this is drop dead gorgeous. Why do I say that? Because this fragrance, not just longevity, CH Man whole line has a spotty longevity issue, like CH Man Sport doesn't last, CH Man Africa, and a few other fragrances from this line. I feel like the performance is not the best, but as long as it lasts, it's very sexy. This one, I believe, is the sexiest of them all, and it's a winter perfume, cold weather perfume, nighttime perfume. I'm saying that the season, it's not perhaps good for high heat. So the fragrance supposed to feature oud, but what I actually smell more than the oud, there is a definite saffron, and it's a very playful saffron. You know, I sniff saffron in many fragrances. This one does have that rich vibe to it. This is cinnamon and saffron, but mostly it's like, imagine 65% saffron and rest of it is like cinnamony. And it's spicy. Its opening is kind of like sweet. You can detect at the background the CHMN original DNA, the whatever. I get a little bit booziness sometimes from it, that sugary, sort of sugar caney sweetness at the background. It's in this as well, but much at the background, and it's much darker than CHMN. So you can detect it. It's a CHMN sort of DNA is there, but I believe this could be a release on its own. But when I sniff it first time, it's so strong. You know, its presence, it's like king. It's like an emperor. And I love that about this. Its presence is like, it's letting you know it's there. So the price tag, yes, it's a little bit high, $100 above, and only comes in 100 ml. So could be an issue with many people. But if you want to get something special, sometimes you have to spend that extra money. This fragrance, is it worth it? I'll let you know in a bit. So what I also get from this, the heart, it's supposed to be from Fragrantica. What it looks like, supposed to be a rose oud combo, like this rose at heart. And I think at the base you get a lot of oud. They say trees. There's a note of trees, and it's supposed to be like Gaiac oud, cashmere. I detect that cashmere feel that I also got from oud cashmere mode from MFK. It's definitely in there. But the sweetness from this is kind of like rich, very dark, and I detect a note of leather in this. I don't know why. Perhaps it's not mentioned, but I get like, Thierry Mugler pure leather, like this one. I get some sort of vibe of this one. The darkness of this. This is like a dark lord. It's the most underrated Mugler in my opinion, for cold weather obviously, but the woody notes, the woody notes and the sort of like a leather sweet posh saffron, and that sort of combination is like a brown leather sort of a smell. And the saffron takes the center stage. It doesn't get oud heavy like Middle Eastern oud heavy, skanky oud. It doesn't get to that point, but it's kind of remind me also like this line, Supreme Leather by Polo, very posh. This one and its brother, obviously darker brother, is Supreme Oud. So if you know these fragrances, man, this is that level with the added bonus of performance. I saw some people commenting it doesn't last. I have the worst skin ever. This fragrance lasts on me well over 6 hours plus in high heat. So performance is crazy on this. They put quality ingredients in this, so it does have good push. So who is it for? This fragrance is not for everybody. The people who just started their game, you're into freshies and you're into the easy to love kind of like Havent Sauvage DNA, this is not going to be working for you. This is going to be for people who insanely love this house, Carolina Herrera. You like Emily Copperman, who's also the perfumer with alongside another perfumer, and you have been following this. You have been like a cult following, sort of like, you have been following, fan following and stuff. This is a collector's item. My good friend Alejandro, he's a teacher from Mexico. My good friend Alejandro, how are you doing, brother? He buys amazing rare perfumes and he posts in his Facebook groups and his page. I saw his bottle. I just wanted to get it. Thanks to Alejandro for bringing me this under attention. So this fragrance I would suggest when the cold weather comes, nighttime, you want to go at a VIP party, lounge, you want to enter a club, you want to be the king, wear this perfume. People say sometimes it's like a toned down version of Ferrari's Essence Oud. With all due respect, Ferrari's Essence Oud, it's totally chemically, it's like rose heavy, powdery. This is nothing like that. This is something I just like wanna, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit, but I love this perfume. I would say if you find it somewhere, please give it a sniff. The smell, you can smell the quality, even if you are not into this kind of notes, cinnamon, saffron, oud, rose, The rose is not in the center stage. I get leather, saffron, like a brown leather sort of feel, the cinnamony sort of like, if you like Burberry's London, sort of like a potpourri, dark, mysterious. It could be a niche perfume. That's all I can tell you. The $100 price range that you are looking at, sometimes I would say it's too much for any perfume. Sometimes I say that do not pay retail. I would say pay retail for this. I would say so, because if you love those kind of fragrances that I just showed you just now, even if you love MFK, the oud line, it has that quality to it, right? And man, it's just sexy. If you leave this, like you just walk by a certain place, and imagine like you're going through a tunnel of an airport or something, or going to the club or something, you're gonna leave a nice scent trail in the air. People, they can detect the sexiness. You leave the lift, it will be lingering in the air for a while. It's a sexy little perfume. And I can see men who are a little bit bad boys can wear this. Who are 35 and above, I think it suits that age perfectly. The bottle is just drop dead gorgeous. I mean, it works. The whole packaging works. It's just they gave that liquid gold, but it's not a oud what they were trying to get Middle Eastern. But I think in terms of the saffron, which is more, we use it in our subcontinent side, like for cooking, we put saffron just to make it's very expensive. Saffron is very expensive, so you put it in food, everything. It gives that nice sort of texture. You see that red saffron in the food, and it enhances the flavor of like biryani or pulao and stuff. I absolutely love, because I cooked a lot, so I can relate myself with this. So it's spicy. It's kind of like boozy at the background. It has that leathery sort of feel, kind of like ambery. Maybe it's my mind imagining this, but I love this fragrance. So the CH Man Carolina Herrera at heart. It's somewhere at the heart. The sweetness, sugar caney sweetness, it's in there. At the same time, the saffron plays. It's so sexy. You love it or hate it. Okay, it's not like gonna be working for everybody for sure, but you gotta sniff this once. Get a sample. Okay, get a sample, sniff it. It might work for you. It's just so playful, and on the dry down, it goes slowly to that sexy side of things. It doesn't get boring, right? So let me show you some other Carolina Herreras that I love. I happen to love my favorite ones, CH Man Privé. These are my vintage batches, and I have 2 bottles of it, luckily. This one, the fragrance is incomplete in my opinion. The dry down, it's kind of like falls flat. But the first 2 hours of this wearing leather jacket in cold weather steals the show. It got me so many compliments. It's sexy. So sexiness level, it's in the same category as the Privé. They also happen to have Chic for Men, right? This I feel is a close cousin to CH Man, because it has watermelon added, and it's so good. It has the sugary note as well. It has a grassy feel. Talk about, they have some great awesome fragrance. 212 Man, they have Sexy Man. They also happen to have these series VIP. These fragrances, man, I mean, they have their own thing going, a little bit booziness, party, clubbing, bad boy sort of, full of life people who outgoers, So it's definitely a trend, like Carolina Herrera, what they do. They have their sexy side of it, like Versace. They have Paco Rabanne. They play with sweetness, mass pleasing crowd. These fragrances are like, I am not very big fan of the whole flanker of CH Man line, to be honest. This fragrance shouldn't be in the flanker of CH Man. It should be there. If I would suggest, this should be Carolina Herrera's private collection, or the niche side of it, and should be, I don't want to say price should be like higher up, whatever, but the prestige, the feel of the fragrance. I think Mark's gonna like it. Robe 08, please try it. Steven, please try it. I would like to hear your thoughts on it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I am excited about this fragrance. It's lovely. It looks great in the whole presentation collection, and I'm gonna give this a perfection 10. After a long time, it just something worked out with the chemistry with me. This fragrance is just pure love. I can fall in love with this lady, absolutely. All right, so yes, try out Insignia limited edition by Carolina Herrera CH Man line, right? This is initial impression. It's getting 10 from me, because I see nothing to dislike about this. Like Noir Ambre, how I fell in love with Issey Miyake. This is exactly the same case, how I fell in love with Leighton. And I tell you one thing before I go today, something you're not gonna appreciate perhaps, but I'm falling in love with this Versace Dylan Blue in these weathers. It's better than Sauvage. It's just perfect. That's the right moment, very moment. I'm getting compliments left and right. People are smelling on this. I get a beautiful grapefruit and everything. Please try out Versati Dylan Blue, underrated gem. This and Bulgari Aqua Atlantic for hot summer's day, they work. That's all for today. Everybody have a nice day. I'm sorry for the longest video in a very long time, but I'm not sorry. I wanted to present this fragrance in a way that I really wanted to want to say everything. And thanks, Emily Copperman. You are such a beautiful lady. Thanks, Carolina Herrera. You are such a sexy house. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. Everybody have a nice day. Try out this fragrance. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.